Good thing I picked the song I like, because Jesus fucking Christ. My OBS literally crashed on me. This is another epic edition of Linux streaming. I'm trying my best over here, okay? I'm fighting for freedom by using free and open source software. Free as in freedom, not free as in free beer, right? And my shit just fucking crashes, great. Half the viewers drop off because the stream dies. I'll type in my chat. Press F5 to see stream. Okay. I'll add the lol so that it doesn't. If I add the LOL to my message, it means I'm not mad, and therefore nobody can say that I am mad because I've added LOL to my message, which means that I'm laughing. I'm not fucking irritated. Oh jeez. First week of the year, we're off to a banger, right? But you gotta get around to it, I guess. The people, someone asked, why didn't I play Kazakhstani music? Because I don't know any Kazakhstani music. That's why. The only thing I know about Kazakhstan is besides, I know a lot about Kazakhstan, to be honest with you, but there's Borat. He's famous, right? Borat. So there's like a riot happening in Kazakhstan right now. And people are saying that I should talk about that. However, I did not hear about that until just now. And I would like to, I wonder if I can find this real quick. I want to remind people that this actually happened. Here we go. This was when the Olympics were in Kuwait, I think. And this is Kazakhstani. I don't know what the fuck she won. But she won the gold medal. So, of course, when you win the gold medal as in the Olympics, they play your country's anthem, right? So here she is, ready to, she's trained her entire life. Her entire life has been dedicated to getting this medal and honoring her country of Kazakhstan. It gets worse. They keep fading back to her. Put your heart down. Take your hand off your heart. This is not your anthem. I swear there's a part where they call like their women whores too. I think that it really bothers me that she keeps her hand over her heart. It's like, lady, you can put that down. This is not your anthem. No, this is real. This happened at the Olympics. So there you go. That's what I know about Kazakhstan. I know that this lady was internationally humiliated because some guy in, I don't know, maybe Kuwait just really fucking hated Kazakhstan. Maybe it wasn't an accident. It was like a deliberate thing. But then again, I don't know. This happened in like what? 2012 at the latest. And I was like, why is Sasha Baron Cohen parentheses down here? And I realized, oh yeah, I have a thing that does that. I have a coincidence detector built into my browser that does that automatically. Wait, is this that has to be. This is like a coincidence detector on top of the actual guy spamming the parentheses. Amazing. So, anyways, yeah. Kazakhstan is also a big country. It's where the space program is. If you want to go to space and you have money to burn, it costs about $2 million, I think, to go into space. You pay Kazakhstan $2 million and they'll put you into space if you want. It's I remember some guy did that for the Dick Show, actually. He went into space and he put like a Dick Show sticker on his iPad. And there's pictures of like these stickers all over his iPad and like floating around in 0G with Earth in the background. Pretty fucking cool. Mexico is cheaper. Am I going to send Chantel a Valentine's Day card? No. I'll explain that joke in a second. Okay. I like the first 10 minutes of the stream I have to dedicate to garbage because there's a limited amount of things that have happened this week. But shout out to Our Drama, by the way. Our Drama launched Etika Punks. Everyone in the world is losing their fucking minds with absolute seething, frothing hatred of NFTs. So trolls are capitalizing on this by launching like troll NFTs. So Etika Punks are an NFT. And of course, NFTs are just like a crypto thing, so it costs $0 to launch an NFT like joke thing, right? So Our Drama takes 30 seconds, bashes out some pixel art of Etika, sells it as an NFT. Nobody even has to buy it. Like 11eth, that's like what, $40 is the highest bid. But he made like 3 of them, put it on Rarible, made a Twitter account, and then launched it. And there's 11.2 thousand quote retweets, 261 regular retweets. God knows how many fucking replies to this, just seething about fucking NFTs and how disrespectful this is. And what I find really funny is that someone did something similar and it didn't get nearly as much of a reaction. This was launched in December. It's called Floydies. It says here, Floydies are a unique and progressive way to celebrate the monumental life of George Floyd. And these had more effort put into them. Look at this. That's a really cool zombie Floydie. That's a money Floydie. I like Sailor Floydie. Sailor Floydie has some nice shadowing in the background here. But for whatever reason, Floydies didn't get nearly as much attention as the Etika one did. I guess the target audience for outraging like Etika punks are gamers and Redditors. So obviously, that's way easier than like black people. And, like, you show black people a Floydie and they're like, "What's this?" Oh, someone's doing like art for George Floyd. Okay, whatever. But then you tell Redditors that someone's doing an Etika NFT and they're gonna fucking blow their top. Have a SPAC attack, have a aneurysm, because it's like their least favorite thing in the world right now is NFTs. Jim Sterling has dedicated entire streams actually to how much he hates NFTs. He calls them nasty fucking things. That's his backronym for NFT. Nasty fucking things, because I think Ubisoft or Square Enix said that they were going to use NFTs to sell like in-game shit now. They're going to try to do that, and he really fucking hates that. And they're going to try to integrate like cryptocurrency concepts and blockchain into new Square Enix games. So he's super fucking pissed about that. Same with Deadwing Canuck. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how people can be angry about NFTs. They say it's like a waste of energy, but it's like, do you think anything else in the world is like not a waste of energy? Like, I don't get it. The real reason why they're angry is that they jack up the price of graphics cards, which is a way more legitimate reason to be angry about cryptocurrency. Though you can thank them for making it prohibitively expensive for Google to develop AI. That's the sector most hit by the shortage of chips and graphics cards and the cranked up prices. Google's not developing their replacement for the world government right now because it's too expensive because retards are mining Bitcoin in warehouses right now. Buy VeChain or stay poor. I'm glad that Biz watches. All I ever wanted was a reason to play. Dude, I have an NVIDIA 1080, and I think I assembled my computer so long ago now, and I think my computer's pretty fucking good. It runs everything I want it to, but I assembled it so long ago that I was still in Buffalo. I hadn't even left for Ukraine yet. I brought this computer to like 3 different countries now. And that's why it's all fucked up. The legs are all shoved into the chassis and stuff. That was courtesy of Ukroposhta, which decided that my expensive ass computer could fall to the fucking ground. I can tell exactly what happened to it. Some lazy fucking ho-ho dropped my computer, and the 2 front legs smash into it and shave off all the bits for USB plugins on the motherboard. Like, thanks. That's an expensive ass motherboard that I can't easily replace. So I don't know. I'll save up. I have to save up and buy one and buy some upgrades for it eventually. But I mean, hey, it runs my shit. What else can I ask for? Make a gym NFT. Oh, jeez. Have a 1080 and really want a newer card, but I just can't find one. That is the story that everyone. 1080 good enough, gang. Everyone, all my chat has 1080. 1080 good enough to play almost every fucking game on the market right now, and all the other ones, everything better than the 1080 is bought out and used in some warehouse to mine Bitcoin right now. So we just get to eat shit. You don't know anything about this stuff. It's just spurging about computer parts. Every year or so, NVIDIA puts out better graphics cards. But because Bitcoin has been going up and up, like people have been mining, and to mine you need to use a video card, which doesn't seem to make sense. But it has something to do with how it's the difference. The difference between a GPU and a CPU is how it does math. And I can't remember which is which, but I think GPUs can do many small calculations very quickly, whereas CPUs can do much more complicated but fewer mathematical expressions quicker. So when you're trying to like hash rate for Bitcoin, you have to use a GPU if you want to get performance. And they didn't know that when they started like shipping out. Well, when I say but they didn't really understand like how the hashing would develop over time as Bitcoin and Ethereum were developed and stuff. What the fuck is a core? Well, I guess I'll move on. I don't want to bore people. I do like this little project. And I like all the mad animes and the mad furries in the background who are like, no, you can't disrespect the memory of Etika. He was so influential. Remember when he sat in front of his computer and played video games and then he killed himself? That really impacted my life. I remember where I was when I heard the news that Etika had killed himself. I remember when he blamed it on Keemstar. When is Sneed 4 coming? 6 months, minimum. Okay. So Tim Pool got swatted. Here, we'll watch this.
Pandemics, and there's only 4 cases of them that didn't result in a revolt or large-scale protest afterwards. And they actually announced a number of times.
Yeah, the cops just walked in.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Should we? Yeah, that I was looking at my notes and I was like,
did somebody swat you?
Yep, somebody swatted us.
Did they really?
Swatted us?
Yep, somebody swatted us. So that's
How do you know?
what that
How do you
was.
know?
I have somebody texting me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so Tim's gonna go
Wow.
take care of
So,
business.
yeah, just a police officer
stroll
entered
it in.
here, looked around because it looks like someone swatted this live broadcast here.
Glad they didn't come in here bussing, man.
Fake and gay. You're calling conspiracy on that? Could be. I mean, it did happen to me. Someone used a long time ago. I can't even remember what year, like 2017, I want to say. Someone called in to. What it was is that they used my email servers from Locale Email to send a threat to the high school that I went to. And the next morning, like 4 cops. Like I was living with my mom at the time. It was between when I lived in Buffalo and lived in the Philippines. So I was at home, and they staked out the house. My mom went to walk the dog, and then police approached her as she was re-entering the house, and she could see the cops and knew that they were staking out the house. And then they come in, and they talked to me for a bit, and someone says, I'm like, did you know anything about an email? And I was like, oh yeah, you probably got emailed by my stalker. And then they all looked at each other really suddenly, because I think my mom had said the exact same thing. They had asked her about if she knew anything about an email, and she said like, I think there's like a crazy guy who emails everyone around us. And then I say the exact same thing, and then I'm detained. I'm not under arrest, but I am detained. I'm not free to go at that point. There's like a middle ground between like police just fucking around with you and talking to you and being under arrest for a crime. They can like pull you in to answer questions or lawyer up. So I asked for a lawyer immediately, and I tell them, I say, I would like to help you, but I don't trust police, so I need a lawyer. So they're sitting there. Am I being detained? Literally, am I being detained? That's why I had to ask them. I said, am I under arrest? And I said, no, but you are being detained. And then I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for my attorney. And he gets in there, and he's like, he knows everybody there. So that's a good sign, right? Like when your attorney is like friendly with all the cops and all the fucking like the police people there. And he comes in and he immediately asks me, did you do anything? I said, no. And I explain the situation, and then I get to go. And my mom was like really upset because she thought that I had fucked up and I was going to go to jail for forever. I'm like, no, it's just retards being retards. But in this case, I guess cops are so used to being like fucked around with by internet people that when they get an email like that, they're more cautious these days. Because when it first started, like the emergency response team would bust down your door and shoot your fucking dog and flashbang you like it was a serious situation. And now, I don't know. I guess it would suck if you were like a hostage and you called the police and you're like, help, I'm in this guy's house and he's got a gun and he's got like 8 kids here and we're all kidnapped. It's like, I guess it sucks if you're that person because the police are going to go, oh, fuck. This is some internet shit again. This is bullshit. Send Officer Jenkins down. You can send him over. And they're like, oh, Jenkins is on the bicycle. He's downtown right now. It'll take him about 45 minutes to ride up there on his bicycle. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's just a prank anyways. In regards to this, by the way, someone posted on Poll saying Tim Pool, and then posted a picture of his house and his address, and it says, courtesy of Wayne Lambright, P.S. tweet at Jim so he'll have me on his show. I do not think, by the way, because I know many of you are acquainted with Wayne Lambright via Jim. I do not think that the person doing this shit is Wayne Lambright. I think that there's someone actively fucking with Wayne Lambright, and they're using him to get attention. And I think that it would be smart for people not to give this person attention. It's like a joke name. It's bullshit. I'm pretty sure, but it got spread around a lot, and people were like promoting him and stuff. Oh, that's my hot take on this. Did I listen to the call? I just gave them attention. I want to tell people because people will, in good intentions, be like, "Oh, this must be the guy doing it." What call? Did it get posted? Fuck it. I don't want to listen to it. If it's just some faggot calling the police and be like, "Help! I'm in a recording studio. I'm in a recording studio with a bass black man and Tim Pool, and they got a gun to my head. Send in the police." It's really cringe. It's really cringe because I've heard other ones. I think ones by like Corey Barnhill. Like he did a SWAT call where he was like doing like a little kid voice and stuff. I was like, oh, this is pathetic for grown men to be doing this. Too bad Tim doesn't believe in the Hassel doctrine. That was the funniest thing that I saw in this thread, by the way. Where is this? Apparently Tim Pool has a doormat that says like, "Do you have a warrant?" Oh, that's a big black cock. I don't know if I should be showing that on stream. Should have spoiled that. It's a fake penis, so it doesn't count. Here, this picture. Come back with the warrant. And apparently it didn't work. The police just kind of walked in, right? Frank Castle is in Boogie's case. Has that happened yet? The trial with Boogie? I sent Boogie, by the way, for whatever reason, Boogie was talking about his politics, so I sent him a DM on Twitter, and I said, can you take this thing called 8 values? I want to see what your 8 values are. And he sent me this. I'll share them with you. I assume that he is okay with this being shared, because what the fuck else would he send this to me? Where the fuck are my... Here, can I open this? Can I open this? Can I open this? Thank you. So he's peaceful, liberal, very progressive. He trusts the science. And apparently he is social democracy. Ideological matching. Oh, wait. Isn't there usually like a description for like what social democracy is supposed to be? I guess it just means that it's about like voting and shit. Voting solves all problems. Cringe. Economic Axis Socialist. I mean, I guess I could have guessed this, huh? I'm surprised his authority is so high. I guess he believes in jail. I mean, there's some people who don't believe in that. Fucking Pete, the guy that lives with Chantal, he literally does not believe in prisons and or police. He doesn't believe that police or prisons should exist. And if you confront him on this and you say, like, are you retarded? What do you do with like rapists and murderers? And he's like 100% for rehabilitative justice. So if you're someone who like rapes and murders an entire classroom of kindergartners, in this guy's mind, I guess he thinks he's like Jesus, and his job is to forgive everyone their sins and rehabilitate them back into society. Or it's just like you can't rehabilitate sex offenders. I'm very pro death penalty, which sounds weird. It sounds edgy to say that, but I don't think that sex offenders in general can be fixed. I think if you have like genetic evidence or video evidence that someone is like a sex offender, you just have to kill them. There's no point putting them in jail. There's no point trying to rehabilitate them. There's no point keeping them alive. Like, why are you're gonna build a box where you just keep these people alive in forever for no reason? Like, just kill them. I think a lot of people who are like very far right, very conservative, will look at that and be like, actually, I want them to go to prison. I want them to be raped every day like they rape their victims. It's like, well, that's a little bit too masochistic for me. I just think nice and simple. I believe in what's called praxis. I'm pragmatic. I think that we just gotta keep things simple. You got video, you got DNA. We have a reason. We have no reason to doubt whatsoever that this person is a sex offender. Just kill him. We don't have to bring out the. You can use a guillotine if you really want to, but we don't have to make this like a spectator sport. Okay, this is stupid. Much law. It's true. It's true though. If you talk to people about this, especially Americans, they'll always say that no, I don't want them to die. Actually, I want them to spend 40 years in prison being raped every day. That's what they'll say, and I don't subscribe to that logic. I think we should be merciful. We should exercise some mercy, but we need to be pragmatic, right? You have to find a balance. You have to be pragmatic, and you have to be not a psychopath at the same time. You have to find whatever that balance may be. Show your results on the test? Oh, jeez. I would have to do that right now. I don't want to do it on stream. I don't want to show you what my answers are. There's like 80 questions to that test, and I would be judged for all my answers. I am a proponent for rehabilitative justice for a lot of crimes, especially like economic crimes. Like if people are stealing shit, like you don't have to like put those people in jail for like 15 fucking years. I think drug offenses can also be really rehabilitated for most people, but Like once you start like killing people and raping kids, it's like, you know, you had your shot, but you really fucked that one up too bad. Death is a liberation, not a punishment. Well, you know, what happens after you die is between you and your creator, right? All I know is we live in a society and you don't fit in it because you want to fuck kids, and that really sucks. This whole situation sucks, but you know, it's not about making people miserable. It's about the praxis of making society more livable for the people who aren't like demented weirdos. Yeah. Okay. Most people get this. I'm satisfied with my chat's response. I feel like my opinions are validated, and that's a comforting thing. So I also, someone called me out for this. Said I was in the wrong for what I'm about to show you, but I believe I was told by my chat. My chat has some wisdom every so often. Everyone gave me shit for not being in the Christmas spirit at the start of December. So I resolved to not be a Grinch over December, and part of my rehabilitation from Grinchdom was sending out a bunch of Christmas cards. So I got art, and I printed out 20 Christmas cards, and I printed them out on photos because I'm a retard. I didn't print them out on like postcards. So I took a big black permanent marker and wrote on the back of all these photo postcards that I made. And I sent out like 13, 14 Christmas cards to a bunch of people. And I was thinking about Chris and maybe Ralph, and I said, no, they're too fucking nasty. But there was one person who I felt could benefit from some words of encouragement, and that is, of course, Chantal. So I apparently they took a while. The first people to get my cards were in Australia. Go figure. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but she's in Canada, and she received it just today. So a little bit late, but better late than never, right? And she would like to show you my Christmas card. She's also high. She's high as fuck in this, by the way.
Christmas card from Josh Moon. With his address, but I'm not gonna dox him.
That's the return address on that was the Fort Walton Beat address I use for virtual office stuff.
Seal.
That I'll blow it up to full screen. Check out that cool ass fucking wax seal. Wait, where is it? Oh no, I fucked it up.
What's with the seal?
See it? It's the. I legit did this. This is my way of getting into Christmas spirit for my chat. I took the design we used for the back of the Kiwi coin, and I removed the numismatic value. So I took out the silver, fine silver 999 value, and I took that and I used that as a order for a wax seal die. And then I have it in my drawer right now. I have my fancy seal. Let me pull it out. Actually, I'll tink it for you guys. Here, it's brass. Here, it's a nice brass wax die, like the coin one, but for wax. And I have the wax, and I legit I printed out, hand wrote these letters, wrote the addresses on the envelopes, which is probably why they took so long. You can't read my fucking handwriting. And I melted and wax sealed 13 envelopes and mailed them out internationally to spread my Christmas cheer. And she's very confused by this seal, and but did get my card.
What's with the seal? Hi, Weed Baby and Ricky. It says bunch of kiwi birds here. It says, oh, Karen. Oh. Chantal, nothing about your situation is unfixable. Keep your head up in 2022. Merry Christmas, Joshua Moon and Kiwi Farms. How incredibly sweet of you. DM me. I'm down to chat.
I'm such a charmer, chat. I'm a charmer. But she knows the rules. No e-girls, right? Go straight for the pickle juice after that, just to make it extra extra tempting, I guess. Very worth it. Very funny. I don't know. I've thought about, because I guess if she's open to DMs, I thought about like inviting her on to talk to me to my podcast. But it's like, no, it feels weird to like do something nice and then be like, oh, come get poked fun at on my podcast and let my chat tear you a new asshole alive. It feels a bit duplicitous, chat. It feels a little bit duplicitous. I'm not two-faced, chat. Okay. How the fuck do you know her address? Dude, I know everybody's address. What do you think? I run a phone book company. That would be great. That's my next, if I ever have to make a new LLC to contain the Kiwi Farms, I'll call it like New Zealand Phone Book, Phone and Address LLC, LTD. Chat. I can say chat if I want to. Fucker. Fuck boy. It's a fun way to say that word. I also like to say chet. I can say chet if I want to. Look at you, trying to correct my my English. That's not gonna work. Okay. That's the Chantal thing, right? That's all I have to say about that. This probably be a short stream, as I say every week. Because this is one of those streams where I just have I have a set amount of content. I'm gonna bash it out, and then we're gonna be done, and then we get to go do other stuff, right? So let me give you some backstory about this, actually. So, for New Year's, Ralph, knowing he was facing a court date on January 4th, went to Vegas. Actually, I need to go back further than that. I need to go further back than that, so everyone knows exactly what's happening. I want to say this happened so long ago that it was like 2022. Now I keep saying January 4th. It's January 5th. So let me look this up just to be extra sure. So it was August 2020. Ethan Ralph was with Faith Vickers, who was an 18-year-old that he had met from California, who flew out to Virginia to be with him. And it comes out while she's there that she's only with him because her ex-boyfriend is like a Mexican ultra-libtard, right? Who hates Ralph. So to cuck him, she flies out to Virginia and runs away from her parents, who's her father, Matthew Vickers, to go to be with Ralph. And while she is there, she has a mental breakdown because we all cyberbully the fuck out of her. And she ends up in a mental institution. And, to be fair, she's also with Ralph, so I'm sure that didn't help at all. And while she's in an involuntary psychiatric hold in Washington, D.C., I'm pretty sure, he releases to her ex-boyfriend, a halfway crook in North California, a tape of her riding him reverse cowgirl, and then he sticks his thumb up her asshole and then smells it, audibly huffs the shit off his finger. And this is released publicly because he's streaming as he opens this from his verified Twitter account, eliminating any doubt at all that this is Ethan Ralph who published this video to him. And then after this, Faith gets out of the mental hospital, and like the day after, she makes a hostage, like ISIS-style video where she explains that she consented to the release of the tape, which apparently was made with the understanding that he was hacked, and that's how the tape got out. So this is all in August 2020. They then break up, and she's pregnant, and she ends up back with her father, Matthew. And while he is over there, there is some back and forth. Ralph is spurging about them on Twitter, and a restraining order is filed from Faith and Matthew against Ralph, which he has now allegedly violated and is due for court again in California for violating this temporary restraining order. Then Matthew Vickers gets the district attorney in Virginia to file a unlawful dissemination of images charge against Ralph, which would be a revenge pornography charge. Why am I obsessed with defending the slut? I hate Faith. I hate Faith more than I hate Ralph. Let me get this out there. I don't like Matthew Vickers. I don't like Faith Vickers. Faith Vickers is manipulative. She only ended up with Ralph to spite her ex. She only ended up over there to spite Matthew Vickers. And she only ended up back with her father to spite Ralph. She enjoys stacking bodies. She likes making people angry. She likes ruining lives. That's her. She's a low IQ psychopath who likes fucking with people. That's her entire life, is fucking with people. And now she's with some other guy that is taking care of the Guntling, and she's going to ruin his life too. And that little fucking kid is never going to have a chance to not have a ruined life. So she's stacked like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bodies in the last 2 years. Just completely ruined these people's lives beyond all recognition. Which is why you should show your daughter love so she doesn't turn out to be a fucking nut job like Faith Vickers is. And the whole reason, like, Ralph is so much like Matthew Vickers, it's unbelievable. And I try to be nice to Matthew, but he's really hard to be nice to because he's just an idiot, just like Ralph. But Ralph is due for this court case January 5th, unlawful dissemination of images. And I'm for the record, I've been skeptical of this charge. I thought that he would probably be found guilty and he would probably get 6 months of jail. That was my official guess. And the reason why is because it's so obviously him that did this. But as it turns out, the court system is very, very lenient. Actually, I'll get to that. But that's my guess. I had some doubts, predominantly because of the video where Faith is like, I consented to this. And like any arguments like, oh, she was under duress, she had just come out of a fucking psych ward, she was obviously insane, and she was lied to, manipulated, like all those arguments would be irrelevant if she hadn't have made the video, but she did. So she really shot the case in the foot. And the other piece of evidence that she had was a recording of Ralph yelling at her on the phone. But the recording was so low quality, when it came time for trial, it was inadmissible as evidence because you couldn't tell that it was Ralph 100%. So, it comes up to the days of the trial. It's after Christmas. Ralph has gone to Vegas, I think 5 times since like just 2021. Just like the last 6 months, he's gone to Vegas over and over again. So he goes to Vegas again. He meets up with Dick. There's only like one picture of them together. I don't know what the fuck he's doing in Vegas. I don't think it's just gambling. I have no idea what him and Dick are doing in Vegas. I really don't think that he's just hanging out at the MGM doing sports betting all day. But he stays there for a couple days over New Year's without May, by the way. But Alice is there, of course. Or at least I'm pretty sure Alice is there. Because that's obviously who he's going to replace May with when it comes time to it. And then he goes to Virginia 2 days before his trial. He comes back on the 3rd. And he flies in to the Washington, D.C. airport, which is 2 hours away from where he lives. He could fly into Richmond, which is like 15 minutes from where he lives, but he chooses Washington, D.C. because there are direct flights from Las Vegas to D.C. And he doesn't check here. Wait, I'll show this picture because it's pretty funny. This, by the way, the first time that Ralph and Dick went together to Vegas, there is zero evidence whatsoever that they actually even met up. It's just completely unknown what happened. Dick streamed himself going to this meetup together with Ralph. And then he gets there, and there's no reports. There's no videos of them together. There's no pictures of them together from that time. It's just a blank. And then Dick's back home a couple days later, and Ralph's back home, and there's not a fucking word of anything that happened over these few days. At least this time we do have a picture of them together. So, here. So this is it. This is. I mean, just so you know, I think Dick is exactly 6 foot. He's either 6 foot or 5'11". He's like, this is known. He's 6 foot tall. So Ralph is pretty fucking short in this picture. Like, I think he's trying to like crouch so that he doesn't look so short standing directly next to Dick, but he just looks even shorter than he actually is, which is pretty fucking impressive. So they go to Vegas. May stays behind, because what is a pregnant woman going to do in Vegas? There's smoking, there's alcohol, there's gambling, you have to stand on your feet. Like, there's nothing there for her. So she just stays there. Dick and Ralph do whatever the fuck they're doing in Vegas. And by the way, he's wearing lifts. Like, those are 3-inch soles on the bottom of his shoes. But he comes back on the 3rd, and there is a snowstorm that blocks I-95, which is the interstate between Washington, D.C. and Richmond, Virginia, where he lives. And he's stuck on this road. A lot of people were stuck on this road. Thousands of people, apparently, were stuck on I-95. He was completely snowed in. And he decides, I'm smart. I'm a genius, right? Remember when I talked to him and I laughed at him for saying that he was a genius and he got super pissed off at me? He's very smart. So he pulled out the one thing that he has, the tool at his disposal that he had that none of those other fucking idiots on I-95 had, which was Google Maps. Only he knows how to use this. And he found a way to get off I-95 onto one of the other interstates that connect Richmond to D.C. So he takes a back road, a secret back road that only a genius could have found out about, and ended up snowed in on a unplowed back road and is stuck there. This is Ralph in his fucking car, waiting, just sitting there, frozen in, because he thought my girlfriend's car, because remember, he crashed his car, took the insurance money, didn't buy a new one, and then just stole Pantsu's car and has been using that exclusively. He thought, my bitch's car has a 4-wheel drive. I'll just take a back road. None of these other fucking idiots could do this. He goes onto a back road, gets snowed in. He's sitting there for 4 hours before what he calls a based black farmer finds him on his tractor and hauls his dumbass back to I-95 and puts him in the northbound lane. So he goes north and finds a hotel room. Here's the video of that.
Oh my God. Let me see. Let's go.
That's the inspiring message from your leader. So he gets into a hotel, and I think by the way, he scheduled very smart, because Ralph is the best in the sector at what he does. He scheduled a 24-hour show from when he gets back from Vegas until January 4th, which is the day before his trial. So in his mind, he's like, I'll land in D.C., take a 2-hour drive on 995. It'll be clear road. I'll get there on time. And then immediately after, I'll have about 30 minutes, I think, to set up OBS and start a 24-hour show, starting with like 3 or 4 different debates he had set up. All that gets canceled. The entire stream, like his big Free Ralph stream, completely fucked up by the fact that this guy cannot read a weather report and it's too cheap to buy a connecting flight. Like, you can get a flight to Richmond. You just have to fly from Vegas to Houston up to Richmond. But he wants to go take a single flight and save $100, right? Because he's doing these flights to Vegas twice every month now. And nothing happens on the 4th. He's quiet. And then the trial day comes. And from what I understand, at the last second, that piece of evidence about the call had been thrown out. So the prosecutor's case, considering that Ralph had gotten Faith to make a video saying that she consented to the release of the pornography, was out there, was to offer him another plea. Now, he had gotten a plea deal early on, but it was a guilty plea. And I think I don't know what the terms were, but this time the prosecutor offered him another plea. It's called a no contest plea. Like, where is it? I have this pulled up somewhere. Oh no, I lost it. Wait. I need the sound effect. Whenever I hear no contest, I think of this.
No contest.
From Super Smash Bros. Melee, when you stop the game, it just says this.
No contest.
And what it means, technically, legally, it means that it is effectively a guilty plea. You are saying that what you are saying is, I do not admit guilt. I do not admit guilt, but I believe that the state can prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt. So I will accept a guilty verdict. And there are some very, very technical distinctions between no contest and guilty that a lawyer, like if I was your lawyer and I was explaining to you what the difference is between no contest and guilty, I would have to explain very specific technicalities. Like I think the most major one is that you cannot use a no contest plea as admission of guilt in civil court. So if O.J. Simpson had taken a no contest plea for the murder, they would not then be able to use that plea as proof in civil court for the wrongful death case, which landed, if I did it, in the hands of the family of the woman that he killed. That's basically it. You can't say that he admitted guilt, and there are some ramifications for that, but for the most part, it is not relevant. The point is he took a guilty plea. He was found guilty of the crime, and he was given 1 year suspended sentence, which means nothing. It's not even probation. He essentially walks away from this. He's not a registered sex offender, but he is a sex offender technically, in the literal sense of the word. And that's it. I think that I don't know what the terms of his suspended sentence are. It's not like probation. He's not on probation. There's not going to be like a probation officer checking in on him. He doesn't have to stay sober. I think he can even leave the state. It depends on the terms of his suspended sentence. But as long as he doesn't get arrested again, then he's free to do whatever the fuck he wants. And good for him. I mean, like, I can't be too upset at this because it's mostly Vickers' fault. It's definitely Faith's fault for being there at all. And it's a nonviolent offense, so the chances of him ever getting jail time were very slim. I'm surprised he didn't get probation, but he probably wouldn't have accepted probation to begin with. So that's it. You did it, Ralpha Bros. Here's a celebratory victory little tweet.
Oh, guess what just came on the radio? It was God's plan! God's plan! Ah!
God's plan. I hold back sometimes I won't.
What? Ah!
I finesse down with the rope.
I told you, motherfuckers! I told you! I shook up the world!
He took on the world, chat. The whole world was aligned against him. They said, Ethan Ralph, you can't do it. You can't fuck 18-year-olds and film it and put it on the internet despite their ex. You can't do it. And I said, I can do whatever the fuck I want, bitch. Motherfucker, I'm Ethan Ralph from West Memphis, Arkansas, and I can make your bitch famous. And I did just that. And now all them motherfucking A-log pieces of shit know that I can do it. I can do whatever I want. And I'd do it again. 10 out of 10, I'd do it again. Like, okay. Like, I can't even... okay, they're saying, like, oh, he's super mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm looking forward to see what happens next. Good luck, May. And... The main reason why I can't be upset is, like, number one, I'm not even rooting for him to go to prison, because why the fuck would I want that? Number two, he's going to fuck up again. He's going to fuck up again. It's as sure as shit that he's going to fuck up again, because he's learned nothing. Like, a normal person might take this saying, like, this is close. This was close. I almost lost my freedom as a result of my actions, and I need to be thankful for what I have. I have a place to live. I have a vehicle that works. I have a fiance, I have a baby on the way, and I get an opportunity to make things right with this baby. And she has a family, and they accept me, and that's it. I can make things right, and I can have a family, and I can take care of myself. I can grow my business, and everything will be fine. And that's not what he's going to learn. Like this is not a contemplative. Look at this. Look at this guy undulating. Does this look like a dance of a man who's learned a lesson and is going to adjust his behavior so that these things won't happen in the future? Like, no, fuck no. He hasn't learned a fucking thing. No, he's not driving. I think she is. So he's hanging out in the passenger seat of his fiance, pregnant fiance, undulating and having a good old time listening to black music, and he's on top of the world. Okay. There's no fucking way he's driving. Yeah, I can see his camera in the. He is. He's got one hand on the. He's got one hand on the wheel, one hand in his camera, and he's doing this fucking thing. Wonderful, buddy. Wow. Okay. Look at it. You can see the steering wheel and the camera and the reflection of his lens. Jesus. So that's why I'm not too particularly torn up. And what gets me is like all the people saying like, a lot of coping and seething in this chat, and it's like I see more posts from people saying like this thread's full of copium than I actually do see people on copium. I don't know. Good for him, I guess. So, actually, you know what? I should do a poll. Let's do a poll real quick. Are you sad that Ralph... I'll make it disappointed. It's less emotionally that Ralph isn't in jail. And we'll just do a nice little poll and see where everyone sits on the cope and seethe and dilate. No, there's no shame. There's no shame in coping and seething, guys. If that's where you're at. Gunt ordered a V6 Dodge today. Well, good for him. Can we have a don't give a shit option? No, you must vote. You must vote with the options given to you, as is customary in the American democratic tradition. It's all the same to me. That's the right attitude. Ralph Freed equals more lols. That's true. Jail is a boring arc. That's also true. I mean, it would have been funny if he had done what I suggested, where he has like a police recorder and he's like recording his his interactions with like his cellmates and sending that in, and that would just be the Ralph report. It's like 2 hours of him fucking around with his cellmates reading newspapers in jail. That would be funny as fuck. That'd be really interesting and funny. But I don't know if he has because people bust your balls in jail, right? So I don't think he'd have the temperament to do that kind of thing. People would fuck with this little setup. Imagine getting a V6 instead of a V8. I want to say that my mom got a Mitsubishi. I don't remember what she got. She got like a V8 in her truck though. She refuses to get like smaller engines in her vehicles. Seeing him spin the L would have been funny, but that's about the extent of my dissatisfaction with the income. I mean, even with this, it's strange. Like I said, a normal person would take this as like, I'm glad that everyone was there for me. I'm glad that my friends stood by me, and now I hope to have the right foot forward and move on from all this shit. But no, like immediately after this, he's taking pot shots at Vickers on Twitter, saying that he's going to hit them with a temporary restraining order. And just in case I mentioned this before, but he's still expecting trial in California, in Nevada County, not Nevada State, where they live, for the harassment charge or the violation of the temporary restraining order charge. And that is not, in case you're wondering, that's not going to have any impact on his suspended sentence in Virginia, because that would be considered ex post facto, I'm pretty sure, which means that he committed the offense before his sentence. So it would not be fair for them to punish him for being convicted of this other charge, which happened before he was given his suspended sentence. So it would be a completely different outcome. It's still on his record. He's not getting off free. Next time he breaks the law, the judge will consider that. That's true. But as far like I said, his law conditions are literally jail. It's being dead or going to jail. And as far as he's concerned for this, it's like a total victory. It might as well have just been the judge saying, like, I considered all the facts, and I'm a big fan of the kill stream. I got to be honest with you. So I'm going to let the defendant go with commendations for his behavior and Goku get him attitude. Bang, bang, court dismissed. Like, that's the same shit to him. He might as well have gotten a pat on the back and a blowjob in the courtroom. That's what happened. Josh, don't you want to get... Dude, I don't watch his streams. I legit don't. Unless someone, like, actively tells me that he's... Like, I'll watch clips and stuff, and I'll watch when someone tells me that something funny's happening, but it's so boring now. The interesting stuff is about him getting into legal trouble and, like, screaming at people on Twitter when he manages to grow a pair and go in the Fediverse. Like, I don't need to bring this up, but he goes on the Fediverse every so often just to pick fights with people. Like, he can't say certain things on Twitter because I'm sure he gets reported and shit. But then he goes onto the Fediverse and he starts shit there with, like, people that would, like, help him if he was less annoying and less hard to get along with. Chat had 1,000 votes. 41% said that they were disappointed that Ralph was not in jail. 58% said that they are not disappointed that Ralph isn't in jail. What a miserable existence. I mean, I can't, like, I don't know. He really thinks people are jealous of him, but there's nothing to be jealous of. You have this guy, and he's, like, in one of the worst positions in the world for someone who, like, is not, like, horrifically disabled or in jail or something. 41%. And, you know, I think the most disappointing thing about all of this is that I don't know what I did to PPP. I really don't know what I did to him. But, like, his streams are so bitter and salty and angry with me. He legit, I don't know. I've really upset him. I've really pissed this guy off. And he is, he's just, like, pissed. And it's like, bro, I liked your shit, man. I liked your streams. I liked your videos. And a lot of people who watch my streams didn't like them, and I still watched them because they were funny. But he's so angry, and I don't even know why. I legit don't know. PPP won. But, like, his last stream was just, like, so fucking angry, and it's just like, okay, whatever, dude. I feel like what happened is I took Ralph from him. He doesn't like me, and now that I make fun of Ralph, he can't allow himself mentally to be on my team, quote unquote. So he has, like, this weird, like, obstinate issue where he has to malign himself against me, and it's just not fun, and it's not funny, and it's like okay, I guess I just can't like pay attention to him anymore because he's so angry. And I mentioned this because I want to talk about the weight loss competition as well. I lied, by the way. I'm not going on keto. My friend didn't want to do keto together, so I was like, okay, fuck it. I don't want to do keto either. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing because it works. The final results for the weigh-in, the weight loss competition were put together by Big Meme for you. Ralph lost 17.7 pounds, 6.4% of his weight. I lost 19 pounds, 7.3% of my weight. PPP did not weigh in. Big Meme says that he gained weight. I don't know if that's true or not. Bowl Cut Nationalist went from 186 to 158.9, so he lost 27.1 pounds, 15.7% of his body weight, and that's from a low weight to begin with, so that's extremely impressive. This guy really wanted to lose weight. I'm very proud of him. I don't know who the fuck he is, but I'm proud of you, bro. Good work. 3-4 went from 179 to 166, so 13 pounds or 7.5% of his weight. And Gahul apparently gained 4 pounds. So he gained 2% of his weight. Surfer, who was PPP's roommate, was trying to gain weight, and he gained almost 30 pounds, or 16% of his body weight. And some guy called Rudy gained 7 pounds, or 5% of his weight. So I'm happy with my weight loss. I will continue to diet as I've been doing. And I don't know if I'll weigh in regularly anymore, but yeah, that's the outcome of it. And I'm happy. And I told people, like, you just eat a little bit less, and you make sure that you don't go over your calorie quota, and everything's fine. And I was right. It's not, it's not a big deal, really. You just watch what you eat a little bit, and it's all math. Like everything is. The entire universe is all math. Little known secret, I actually went to a Christian private school when I was in elementary school. And I went there for exactly 1 year because my mom hated the faculty. So I went back to public school the year after. And when I was in Christian private school for just second grade, I remember being taught by the teachers that math was proof of God because math is perfect. And math is the language of God and the language of the universe, and all things make sense mathematically. So they consider that a proof of the existence of intelligent creation because it just all makes sense. And it's definitely true with calories to an extent. You got water weight and shit, but for the most part, it's just calories in, calories out. God is a Serb, that's right. God is a Serb. He's like, what other great mathematicians were Serbians? You got God, you got Nikola Tesla, right? I'm sure there were others. How do you explain quantum physics? I can't explain quantum physics. I barely understand it. I vaguely know what it is. I'm satisfied with that extent of knowledge and understanding. God is German. German doesn't even exist. It's neither holy nor Roman. God is a Sneed. Read a book called Just Six Numbers, maybe one day. Oh, and my Russian friend just sent me a message on Telegram. He knows I'm streaming, but he's being an asshole. I think it's on accident. But today is Orthodox Christmas. Yes, Orthodox Christmas. This is the day that's celebrated as Christmas in Serbia and Ukraine and Russia. It is the day after the Epiphany, I think. I don't know why it's the day after the Epiphany, but it is. So, Merry Christmas to all the Orthobros in the audience, all my Ukrainian and Serbian and maybe Greek. I don't know if they celebrate Christmas in January. Merry Christmas to the Slavs. Hope everyone's having a good one. Merry day after the Epiphany to everybody else. Is there a Slav Santa? I don't know. Putin, does he count? Merry Kami Xmas. Srečan Božić. I don't know what that means. It must mean Merry Christmas, I'm going to guess. I don't know who the fuck Antonio Brown is. I had to go to Catholic school in Puerto Rico. The nun teachers were horrible cunts and the priests were diddlers. Catholicism is fucking horrible. Thank you for your input, man with a porpoise. I'm sorry that you grew up in Puerto Rico. That sounds horrible. That's one place I have no intention of ever going. Fuck going to Puerto Rico. Oh, and yeah, happy Insurrection Day to the Amerimuts. Lots of things to be happy about the first week of January. Oh, and the Bogdanovs are dead. The Bogs both died of fucking COVID. What a horrific loss. And they calculated that. My suspicion is that the Bogs realized that COVID was waning, so we need to stoke up fear of COVID more. So they both killed themselves and blamed it on COVID. It's something that they would do. They've been in control of everything. Died, quote unquote. They're safe and sound in Israel. Tupac and Hitler and Epstein. They merely inserted themselves into the blockchain. Perfect. Okay. Have I missed anything else? Have I missed anything else? Puerto Rico is a great place to get syphilis. Wow. What an enticing thing. Jack Murphy? What about Jack Murphy? Nothing happened with Jack Murphy. Ron Watkins running for Congress. You mean like Ron Watkins running for attention? I did not hear about that, though. Ron Watkins, the mutt kid. Ron Watkins for Congress. Arizona District 1. God, his picture looks horrific. Bro, like maybe don't fucking have like a weird creepy pedo stash. He's Asian. It's so weird. He's like half Chinese or half Korean. And for whatever reason, he's wearing like a Mexican mustache and it looks awful. He's using like overhead lighting to make himself look whiter and shit. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Ron Watkins is running for election to the U.S. House to represent Arizona's 1st Congressional District. He declared candidacy on August 2nd. I doubt he's the favorite. Stephen Beaver. Yeah, this guy, oh my god, this guy looks like a fucking Chad meme. Look at this shit. U.S. Navy veteran and shit. White as fuck. Yeah, good luck. Elkton, Maryland. That's weird. Why is he in Arizona? Okay. Ron Watkins, anything else? Scream in chat. We'll bash through some stuff real quick. I'll give my hot take for another 10 minutes or so. Bogs are dead. I talked about that just now. Sam Hyde update. I don't have a Sam Hyde update, but I moved his thread to Internet Famous by request. And people are like, I don't know, they're like catching up and like corroborating stories. So if you have an interest in like the negative opinions people have and the negative stories people have about Sam Hyde, that's a thing. I don't know what happened to EDP, if there's an update with that. EDP in prison. Well, he was convicted, right? Baked Alaska's a Fed. Already talked about Chantal. Ethan Klein and Joe Rogan. I don't know anything about that. H3 being cringe. Nick Fuentes. Dankula jailed again? What? When was this? This better not be fake news. Count Dankula doesn't like me anymore because I made fun of that weird tranny who, like the Thai lady boy with like the little boy penis, named Francisco. Lilith Lovett. Yeah, that's it. I don't see anything about him going to jail. Okay, I'm done. I don't see anything that I can't. Jim's room. Oh, the anime room. I mean, I don't know. I feel kind of like, if he's sick and he's dying and shit, like, whatever, spend it however you want. I personally wouldn't spend it watching anime, but, you know, far be it from me to tell you how to spend your fucking time. Explain NFT. There will be time for that. Today's not the day. When's your next person stream? When the legal issues with low tax are settled. Oh, last thing. Coin update. All the last box of coins should be getting processed right now. If you have placed an order for one coin, your order is going out. I have processed them all. So every single coin order is going out. I've started on the 2s. And you can check the website on the product page to see if your order number is in the one that has been sent out. But once the final box is processed, everybody's coin will be going out. There will be about 50 left over. I'm not going to immediately put those back up because I want to make sure that that everyone got theirs, because there are some people who are just not going to receive theirs. I'm going to hold on to them for a bit and make sure that everyone who needs another one sent out can get that. And then I will finally finally be done with the fucking coin shit, and I can do some programming, do the NFT stuff. Only other update is that I have signed a very expensive contract for DDoS protection this week, and hopefully once that goes in, the site will not have as much random downtime. Sneed, at the request of Rob and McGee. Okay, I'm done. This is all I can think of. Don't want to drag things out. All right, I'll see you guys on next Friday. Bye-bye.
You've been a bitch since I first saw your fucking bitch-ass face. I know exactly who you are, so I don't want to mince any words. You ever seen this motherfucker? Fuck! Bitch-ass motherfucker! Just like that. The gun becomes the violent one. 500 pounds, 5'1", nigga, your ass is gonna be the Bible, son. When the gun becomes the violent one, all these bitches like Riley run. So watch out, cause you might be 1 second away from being finally done. You shake like a leaf, man. I'm so savage with the beef. But how am I gonna eat beef sandwich with neurological damage in your teeth? Really shouldn't be so embarrassed. I'm known to get my ass beat by lethal salad, but Riley salad ain't what you eat. Exercise to me is like fucking kryptonite, but if I don't see blood on your lip tonight, Negro, you're gonna end up a kryptonite. You choke. Your whole neighborhood's gonna watch your bitch ass choke. If I can find my dick, that's thick. That's shit in your throat. And now my girl is messaging me. Can you bring back my CP? Like, roll up on this fool's kryptonite. This bitch wants to start wrestling me. We're about to make a big mess in the streets. It means nothing to me. Just another underground street. Fuck! Just like that. The gun becomes the violent one. 500 pounds, 5'1", nigga, your ass is gonna be the Bible, son. When the gun becomes the violent one, all these bitches like Riley run. So watch out, cause you might be 1 second away from being finally done. First day, I was so hurt they pushed my face down in the dirt day. Said I'd be getting raped by Thursday. I said, wait, is there no other way? I can't survive among niggers so asinine that they dip my shit in gasoline and set my fat ass alight for my birthday. Fire up the wordplay, but I can't disguise acts of crime. They know that I'm not here because I drink beers, box with the cops, and pass the line. Are you paying attention? I really have no recollection of any type of anime porn collection. That's not mine. These guys harass the whites and pack a southern fried parasite with so much dick I go to the toilet. And I'm pro-lives and paralyzed from the waist down. I guess no different than any other day now. Established that I'm a faggot, but how the fuck are all these guys gay now? Ever heard of Biz Marquee? Good. Well, I'm Skit Marquee, and I shit myself on a 6-hour stream. Are you sure you want to do this shit to me? No. Just like that. The gun becomes the violent one. 500 pounds, 5'1", nigga, your ass is gonna be the Bible, son. When the gun becomes the violent one, all these bitches like Riley run. So watch out, cause you might be 1 second away from being finally done. Just like that. The gun becomes the violent one. 500 pounds, 5'1", nigga, your ass is gonna be the Bible, son. When the gun becomes the violent one, all these bitches like Riley run. So watch out, cause you might be 1 second away from being finally done.
Merry Christmas, buddy. Fuck you, bitch, motherfucker, and I will see you in court, bitch. I'm not playing. I'm not fucking around, dude. I'm not fucking around at all, bitch.